Hey loves, so today we're going to test out some brand new drugstore makeup. So grab a snack, get cozy, and let's get into it. So we're going to start off with these Hard Candy Lip Butter Glowy Bombs. I have 3 shades here and then one other which is mint. It's clear. But how cute is this packaging? I got these at Walmart and they definitely give Summer Friday vibes. So this is the mint one. I already tried it. It's clear. It's minty. So let's try the shade in Buttercream. It is a sweet and creamy with a subtle shimmer. And this one is pink and white. Love. Oh, that's pretty. Oh yeah, it's like a clear with very light micro pinky shimmer. And look at that applicator. It is honestly very similar to Summer Fridays. I really like this one too. This is pretty. I will say though, don't use too much because it is a little bit thick. As you can see, like you don't need to use a ton. The formula is a little bit thicker. It is moisturizing and it has a glowiness to it, but it's also not very high shine like a traditional glossy lip balm. Next one is in Toasted Coconut. This is a warm and cozy with a sheer beige tint. Ooh, this one has a little color. It's pretty. Really like the applicator, but they go on super smooth. I feel like it can look a little bit thick though in certain areas, so you kind of have to like blend it in. And then the last color is Whipped Peach. It says bright and ripe with a sheer peachy rose tint. Ooh. So here is Whipped Peach. This formula feels a little bit thicker. You have to kind of work it in a little bit, but really pretty. I like the tint that this gives. I think out of all of them, the Buttercream and Toasted Coconut are my 2 favorites, but this one is really cute too with a lip liner. Let's try 2 new mascaras now. I have this one from Physicians Formula. It is the Butter Lash Splash Mascara and it's waterproof. I'm going to do this one on one eye and then the About Face Volumizing Mascara, and we're going to try this on the other side. So this is a brand that you can... Hello, there we go. This is a brand you can find at Ulta, and I believe, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure nothing is over $25 with this brand. So technically it's not drugstore, like you can't find it at other drugstores, but on the affordable side of Ulta, it's there, and most of their stuff that I've seen is under $25, which unfortunately at the drugstore though, even I've seen some of the prices with some brands, that's the new norm, which is crazy. But anyways, let's try Physicians Formula mascara first. It has a bunch of little, they're not spikes. I always call them little spikes, but you see like on the wand, all of the different bristles. Oh wow, it actually smells like their bronzer. That is so interesting. Okay, let's do it. I did curl this side already, by the way. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it smells like the bronzer. That's really nice. I randomly picked this up at CVS. Oh, I like the wand. It feels really nice on the lashes. I feel like it does a nice job at separating. That looks really good. And now on the other side, let's try the AF94. First impressions, this definitely feels a little bit of more of a wet formula. Hopefully this doesn't make my lashes droop because it does feel a little bit more wet than the one from Physicians Formula, but I think that looks really good, both of them. Give it a little bit just to see how it dries. I already see this one drooping as we speak. You see how quick it happens? It's insane. I could kind of already tell though, just because of the formula. It feels, like I said, very wet. So I'm gonna let that dry and I might give this a recurl because I cannot stand the way my lashes look when they're just sitting straight because it looks like I have none. Look at the difference in my lashes right now. 5 minutes later, they're fully dry. This one has completely drooped, and this is the reason why also I would always wear false lashes because I could never find mascaras that would hold this kind of curl. But typically now waterproof formulas work the best if you have lashes like me. I am gonna give them a recurl. I honestly would be careful doing this because it's not really the best for your lashes to recurl after you apply mascara, but I just cannot stand the way that this looks. And that is AF94 with a recurl. It looks so much better. I'm gonna just do a quick little tight line with the LA Girl Auto Eyeliner. I'm gonna run this right up top. There we go. It just, I feel like helps the lashes to look a little bit more seamless and thick. Now we're gonna try a brand new primer. This is the Grip On Lock Primer from Hard Candy. They launched a bunch of brand new primers and I've been really liking the smoothing one. I wanna see how this compares to other gripping primers. So I'm gonna do one side today with, one side without, see if there's a difference. Hard Candy used to have a gripping primer. I think if anything this might be a reformulation of that, but it was really good. It was one of my favorites. This feels nice. It definitely goes on like a hydrating kind of thin serum, and then the dry down is a little bit tacky, which I like. So I'm going to do this just on this side, and then this side we're just going to do no primer, no nothing, so we can see if there's really a difference, but it feels nice. Now we're gonna try out a bunch of new goodies from Rimmel. I was at Walmart and I noticed that they have so much new stuff. So this is the Rimmel London Multitasker Better Than Filters. It's basically like a primer and like a glowy product, similar to, I guess it's supposed to be like a Charlotte Tilbury dupe. And this one I have in the color light medium. I think I'm gonna use this and concealer today and just skip out on foundation. Oh wow, I think that color is actually perfect. You could use products like this mixing it in with your foundation or under your foundations too. e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. Oh, that's pretty. It definitely gives that Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter glow. Definitely super glowy, but it looks pretty. Kind of just enhanced my skin. It doesn't really have coverage. I like this color too because I feel like it's very neutral. It's not pulling orange at all. And I like how healthy it makes the skin look. I mean, I know it's extra glowy. This is not for everybody, but I like it. I think I like the color so much too because it doesn't really look too warm on my skin. And now we're gonna try the Multitasker Concealer from Rimmel London as well. And this one I have in the color Light Honey, which I'm looking at it now and I'm like, I think this is gonna be a little bit too light, unfortunately. But we're gonna have to make it work. Yeah, it's a little bit too light. I'll have to get another shade, but let's see the coverage on this. I need a little extra coverage up here, so I'm gonna just kind of use my concealer wherever I want to cover up as well. e.l.f. Putty Bronzer Brush to blend. Wow, that looks really pretty. Wait, I just realized I meant to use this under eye brightener from Catrice. Good thing I remembered. I'm gonna wipe this side off because I want to do one side with, one side without. I was like, I'm forgetting something. I knew it. That looks amazing. Come through Rimmel. I think the shade is a touch too light, but I still think it is doable. Yeah, I want to get a color a little bit closer to my skin tone because I'm liking the way that it blends. It's a little bit thicker, but still super creamy. I think it looks nice too with the glowy primer. Now let's try the under eye brightener from Catrice on the other side, and then I'm going to top it off with concealer to see if there's a difference. And this one is in the shade of Light Rose. So now it comes in a liquid version. Their original packaging is in a little pot like this. So let's see how this one is. Comes with that little sponge applicator. e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. Okay, I like the way that color corrected. Very natural. Products like this, you could even just use it on its own if you wanted to keep it very light and not do too much coverage. And now let's top it off with the Rimmel Concealer, which I am really liking. It is a little bit of a thicker formula, but it feels super creamy. You guys will be the judge. Do you see a difference? Under eye brightener? No under eye brightener. Let me know. I can't really see a huge difference. Now we're going to try this LA Girl Bouncy Blush and Bronzer Duo in the shade Misty Mauve. I'm going to use this Versed Multitasking Brush, and we're going to try the bronzer first. Oh, it's pretty light, this color. Ooh, yeah, it feels like a mousse. Super light. I think this might be a little bit better if you have a lighter skin tone than I do. A very natural shadow, but it has a good blend to it. I feel like LA Girl face products are typically really good. I'm gonna have to go in with something a little bit darker. You can see it gives such a natural shadow. It's almost kind of barely there. It's a little bit too light. Let's try the blush. I'm gonna do an e.l.f. Stain and Tint blending brush. Oh, that's pretty. Kind of blurring on the skin. I guess because of that bouncy formula. Very pretty, very seamless. It does have a nice kind of moussey texture, but it's not too thick on the skin. I think it absorbs really nicely. I like that. I wish the bronzer was a little bit darker, but this is pretty. And Revolution Beauty also has this Bouncy Blur blush. It's a cream to powder formula, and this is in the color Paprika Pop Soft Bronze. A beautiful color, kind of similar to what we have going on right here on this side. So I'm gonna do this on this side to show you. It's such a nice formula. And I recently did a full face of Revolution Beauty. If you wanna check it out, they have some gems, but this is a really good newer product. I really like this formula because it is super lightweight and buildable. And this is a nice color. It's like that perfect mid-toned warm shade for the fall time. Now we're gonna try out two new powders. I have the Rimmel Stay Matte Loose Setting Powder. I actually used to love this powder years ago. This was the go-to, but now this is the talc-free version. So we're gonna try this. And then I also have the Revolution Translucent Baking Powder. I don't think this is reformulated. Don't quote me. No, actually it might be because it says talc free, no flashback. They have new packaging now. So much better. I'm going to show you. Let's start with this one actually. So you have a lid to pour the powder in, and then there's also a little cover over the powder, which is nice. Salon Perfect little under eye puffs. It looks super smooth and matte. I'm gonna do Rimmel on the other side. I'm gonna use the same little under eye puff. You could just loop it through and then you have a fresh puff. Looks like there's a little bit of a glow with it. It doesn't look fully matte. Like you could see the one from Revolution is much more matte. This one has a slight kind of light pearl finish. Oh yeah, it does. It's not completely matte. I put some right on the palm of my hand so you can kind of see the glow a little bit of what I'm talking about. It still sets the makeup down really nicely though. It kind of reminds me of the new Kosas loose setting powder that is that, oh gosh, I thought it was a little bug. It's a little flake, mascara flake. That scared me. It still looks really good. It just has a little bit more of a glow. So this might actually be ideal if you're looking for something that has a bit more of like a satin kind of finish. Do a little bit of the Rimmel powder on this side. I was just gonna focus it on my under eyes, but I want to set my entire face with it because I want to see how the finish is gonna look on the entire face. I'm just gonna lightly tap this. Okay, and then for the forehead, I'm gonna do this side with a little puff. Oh yeah, you can see that glow. It's pretty. It's just not what I was expecting. I'm gonna do Makeup Revolution on the other side just to show you guys the difference, but it's really pretty though, the one from Rimmel, I will say. Also nice packaging. And then on the other side, I'm gonna use this Makeup by Mario brush that I have. You can see instantly how this mattifies and absorbs any oil, any shine. I'm honestly really liking both powders. I think it totally depends on the makeup look and the vibe that you're going for, but I think they both give a very pretty blur to the skin. The finishes are just slightly different. I'm gonna add a touch more bronzer with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer Contour Palette. I'm gonna use that bottom shade and mix in a little bit of the top color. This is a go-to palette for me. I love it. Butter Bronzer is just one of those good products that I always go back to. It's so good. These are both blushes, by the way. So LA Girl and Revolution, they're very similar as far as the tone, but I'm gonna just add a little bit more of the Revolution. Loving it. I think it does blend nicely over top of powder as well. Also, I'm not really noticing a huge difference with the under eye corrector, or under eye brightener, I should say, from Catrice versus the side without. I actually think the side just with the concealer looks a little bit better, but you let me know what you think. Just finished up my eye makeup. I added a little bit of brown liner, and then this is the palette of the day, the Always Naked from Wet n Wild. Now we have brand new lip oils from Milani to try. 4 new shades for the fall. First shade we have is in Candy Apple. The smell, pretty tint. Very light tint. Again, this one is in Candy Apple. Beautiful finish too. And then this with a lip liner, super juicy and hydrating, but yet very lightweight too. I like these lip oils because they don't feel overly thick. Then we have Pumpkin Spice. I think the tint is perfection. Also love the applicator. It just feels so nice on the lips. This formula is super cushiony and hydrating. Next color is in Hot Cocoa. Oh wow, it smells like a chocolate Tootsie Roll. feel like I want to eat these. It smells so good. These do have some micro shimmer in them, but it's so smooth and pretty. It's not like chunky glitter. Look at that color, so gorgeous. And then last but not least, we have the color Mulled Wine. I honestly love all the shades. I think this one's my favorite, and Pumpkin Spice. Let's do a Milani lip combo. I'm in love with these new Keep It Full plumping lip liners. This one in Hot Tamale is my favorite shade. I'm so in love with this color. This is the perfect color for fall, but they have a ton of beautiful shades. I always press my lips together too to get that very blended, diffused look. I also like to just take the bottom of the lip liner and blend in the lip liner as well. Now for the lip combo, do we want to do the wine shade or do we want to do Pumpkin Spice? Pumpkin Spice, the wine color, Mulled Wine. The most perfect fall lip combo. I'm in love with it. I love these new lip oils. They feel so luxe. Very smooth, very hydrating, not sticky. I love the new colors too. I think they give the perfect amount of tint. And then last but not least, I'm gonna try this new Grip on Lock setting spray from Hard Candy. So just like with their primers, they have a bunch of new setting sprays as well. And I haven't tried this one. It says Grip on Lock, Major Hydration, Dewy Finish with Niacinamide. So kind of similar vibes to the primer, but just in a setting spray form. And it's also fragrance-free, alcohol-free for all skin types. I'm gonna just spray one side of my face so we can see how the setting spray and primer work and if it does make a difference on one side versus using nothing at all. Very nice fine mist, which I always love. No fragrance, which is nice too. Let's just let that all marinate together and see how the finish is. It does say it's a dewy finish, so it's going to be a little bit more glowy, but let's see how the dry down is. But that feels really nice. I am in love with the way this makeup look turned out, especially the lip combo, my favorite of the day. So quick recap on everything. I'm most likely going to wear these products again tomorrow. So you guys know I like to be extra detailed and give you all the updates on the products because it really is just a first impressions, but there's a lot of goodies today. So starting off with the mascaras, I'm really loving this Physicians Formula Butter formula. It looks so good on the lashes. I love how it separated, lengthened, gave a little volume, and I only did one coat. And then the About Face one, I do like what it did to the lashes, but they totally droop, so recurling after is necessary, and it definitely saved these lashes. But I'm really liking the Physicians Formula one, I think, a little bit more because the formula is not as wet. I love the complexion. This Hard Candy primer, so far so good. I love how it's not overly tacky, and the product's applied really nicely over top, very seamless, not patchy. Gave a little bit of a dewy hydrated finish without being too greasy or too slippery on the skin. So I'm really liking that so far. The setting spray has a beautiful dry down, by the way. I feel like it gave a glow, but it's not too much. My face doesn't look oily or greasy or like it's melting off. So this is pretty. This Rimmel multitasker is honestly very impressive. I know technically it's not a foundation. I kind of used it as a foundation today, but it looks so good. I love the undertone to this. I think the glow is perfect. It's not like a tinfoil kind of glow or glittery. It's really seamless, and I think once you apply powder and everything over top, it is perfect. The glow peeking through, I love it. I really like this undertone too because it's not orange whatsoever on my skin. This is gonna be, I can already tell, a new favorite. Hopefully it wears nicely throughout the day, but I'm loving it so far. Also loving the Multitasker concealer. This has really nice coverage. It's a little bit thicker, but I think it looks really seamless too on the skin. I just need to get a different shade, but other than that, this is a winner so far. Both powders are beautiful and they set the makeup nicely. The finishes are just slightly different. So with Revolution, you're gonna get a more blurred soft matte finish. And then with the Rimmel Stay Matte, it's actually not as matte as I thought. You're gonna get a little bit more of a satin finish with this. This Bouncy Blur Blush from Revolution is a winner. This looks so good under powder and over powder as well. And this color is perfect for fall. Again, it's in Paprika Pop Soft Bronze. I did like this LA Girl Bouncy Blush and Bronzer. Unfortunately, you saw the bronzer was a little bit too light for my skin, but the blush is kind of similar to the one from Revolution as well. It was really nice. But I'm gearing more towards that Revolution blush just because you have a little bit more variety, of course, with the colors, and the formula is just too good. Loving all of the lip products, by the way. The lip butters, I love these new lip oils too from Milani. These are total winners. If you like the original lip oils, these are even better, to be honest. The shades are fantastic and they give a nice, more buildable tint. And then the under eye brightener from Catrice, I honestly don't notice a huge difference between both sides. Let me know if this side looks a little bit brighter than the other, but I do like the way it looks. I think it blended really nicely. It's a very natural under eye brightener. It's not as thick as the one in the pot, so I think maybe if you prefer something a little bit more hydrating for the under eyes, you would like this formula over this one here in the little pot. But I'll have to keep using it to really see if there's a difference, but you guys will let me know and you'll be the judge. But that is it for now. I am most likely going to use these products again tomorrow, so I will keep you updated if anything changes, and also check the description box for all products and product updates there as well. So I have been playing around with these goodies all weekend. The first day that I tried these, I didn't wear the makeup for a super long period of time, so I wanted to do a little bit more experimenting, and I used all the same products again today. Same exact method. So I did primer and setting spray on this side with the Revolution powder, and then on this side Rimmel Stay Matte powder with no primer, no setting spray, and I haven't touched up all day. I just redid my lip combo a little bit ago. This mascara, I'm really liking it. The Butter Lash Splash from Physicians Formula. This is nice, and even though it is waterproof, it comes off really easily too whenever you use a makeup remover, so you don't have to scrub your eyes too aggressively. It separates, it lengthens, and I haven't noticed any flaking with it. I am really liking the primer and setting spray so far. Let me know if you can see a difference between the primed side versus the non-primed side. Also, am liking the Grip On Lock setting spray. It definitely brings a little dewiness back to the skin, so it is hydrating for sure. I think one of my favorite complexion products is this new Rimmel Multitasker. I've been using this as a foundation with the concealer, and I really like this, especially the undertone. It gives such a pretty healthy glow. It doesn't have a lot of coverage, that's why I do like it with a concealer. So I went back to Walmart, I picked up another shade of the concealer, and there is such a big jump with the shades. So this is 060 Light Honey, and then this is 070 Honey. It does dry very quickly, and it's one of those products that if you do too much, it's gonna look like too much. Think Tarte Shape Tape or CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. As far as the powders, now after experimenting with both, I feel like the one from Revolution, I mean, hands down, it looks more smooth and airbrushed. I think the formula is updated, to be honest. I think this is even better than their OG powder, and I love the updated packaging. Rimmel Stay Matte now, you could see it's much more glowy. The finish is not as matte as I was expecting. It does accentuate those imperfections, I think, a little bit more than the one from Revolution. I think it's just because of that finish. I think it depends on the look that you're going for, but if you prefer a more matte formula, you gotta stick with the one from Revolution. Very sad to report though that these hard candy lip butters are grainy. It's crazy because you actually don't get that grainy texture with every application, but I did notice it, and I noticed it today too with my lip color. So today I have on the Milani Keep It Full lip liner in Hot Tamale, and then I topped it off with the lip butter in Toasted Coconut, and I noticed that when you apply it, it applies smooth, but then once you start rubbing your lips together, it almost feels like there's little beads in the product. And I thought it was just me. I looked on TikTok. A few people are having issues with it. Not everybody though, so I think the formulas are just a little hit or miss, not super consistent. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these, and I will of course keep you updated in the description box if anything changes with any of these products. A few hits and misses, but we got a lot of gems, which is always good. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for new videos every week, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one.